Testing, testing. Test, test. Okay. Yeah, let's do a quick run. Just to get into the mood. And yeah, today I'll add location names in some kind of form. Just the technical side. And for that I'll pick 2 or 3 of them and give them names, probably placeholder names, and then show a little text on screen when you enter them. So that's in preparation for, first of all, it's mostly for immersion, but then in the near future it'll serve as part of a feature which has to do with the locations, just to bring them into the game. And the current locations in the game aren't that distinct, they're not that great, they're kind of samey, but that'll change, so they will become more recognizable and yeah, have more impact on the game itself. So that's the plan for today. Great. That happened quite a few times, that I don't have medicine and I have to step into a trap. Well, maybe I could have avoided that one. But this looks pretty bad. Oh. Flask's not that helpful either. Well, I should have equipped the knife earlier. Also not that good. Okay, there's stuff here. Okay, I also need food. Probably walked past some. Okay, defense. That's very good. Okay, that's food. And yeah, that looks much better. Now I just need a bow would be nice. Okay, there's a bridge. But let's go in here. And hope for a chest. I think there's one in here. Yeah, there's one. And a bow. That's super lucky. Awesome. Is this the way? I think so. Okay. Okay, there's a path stone up there, and it's number, what's that? Number 3. And this is a dead end. Okay, it goes up here. Oh, okay. Lessons hunger. I'll probably not use that. Oops. And yeah, I have some new ideas. I was talking with a friend yesterday. About how to bring the NPCs into the game. And I have some, from that I have some new ideas that would work pretty well across all the expansions. So I'll try them out pretty soon. Okay, this is, thankfully I have medicine. Pretty mean. Uh-oh. So yeah, I'm not sure what I'll do next. If I work on locations or if I integrate the second region. I mean, the latter would be much more impactful. Because you just have more space to play in, more things to see, and I mean, I still walk past some stretches where I have no idea where I am. So the paths work pretty well, but there are also many places where I've been before. So having a fresh number of fresh land where you can do runs in would be huge. So I'll probably start with that and then add the locations, the location names, I mean. As a first step, and then continue from there. I want that. Okay, my hatchet is almost broken, so okay, this sword is +1, so that's great. But I don't have arrows, which is sad. Yeah, I'm still trying to shoot. Dead end. Okay, still have enough food. That's good. So I won't be naming every single hut, but only the larger locations. And then I'll probably also make them larger. So if they take up just one tile patch, I'll maybe combine 3 around it, into it, or integrate it. Just to give it more impact. Or, well, I mean, the goal is that the world is full of these locations, and I think they will be pretty. They will be. How do you say that? It won't be. You won't get a name plaque for regions or larger regions. It'll be buildings mostly. So like here, when I walk up here, I'll get a message. Okay, this is the hut. So and so, so and so. Don't need that. I don't need the knife either. Okay, 3 arrows. 2 arrows. What's that? 6? No, 5 arrows. So yeah, so technically, well, on the technical, oh great, on the technical side, the locations are pretty simple. I just need a marker for each one and then place it in the world on the patch. And collect that when I create a data set of all the patches when the game starts up. And then just show it when you enter the patch. Okay, why is Twitch showing that I'm offline? It's weird. It says bitrate offline. Or maybe... what is going on? Yeah, my laptop is offline. That's great. Always something different. Okay. Yeah, if you typed in chat, I'm not sure if I can read it. Okay, let me restart this thing. Yeah, I'll be able to read chat in a second. Sorry about that. Okay, file. Where was I? Technical stuff. Yeah, that's basically all there's to it. So I'll create the markers and place them in the world. Give them a name, and then I have to every time the hero moves, I'll have to check, did they enter a tile patch that has a name, and if so, is it the first time they've entered that location, and if so, then display. These traps are really, I swear to God, they're random, but they're placed so maliciously. And yeah, that's all there's to it, basically. Okay, that was stupid. But I'm not sure where I'll put the name of the location, because it's getting pretty cramped in the UI. But maybe center top, 2/3, well, 3/4 up on the screen and then centered. That could work. I mean, it should be prominent, but it shouldn't be distracting either. Yeah, but that's a small problem, I think. Okay, into the underground we go. Yeah, I should drink a potion. Okay, online now with my laptop. You can read chat. Yeah, this looks kind of weird. This 8% with these amount numbers. I have to look into that. Okay, oil, what does that do? Improve sword. Well, my sword is almost broken. But there's a knife. So let's drop this until I find something better. Just in case I forget that the sword broke. Oops. And yeah, it's also funny, I forgot to remove some of the bushes. So there are some bushes in the underground. Improves potions. Okay, I have arrows, so I can use them instead. Oh, shield. That's what I was missing. Pretty good one too. Okay. Let's use the bow for full effect. Okay. And I have no arrows. Yeah, so this would be another location for sure. These two houses. And I kind of cut it up. Okay, that bag's, well, so this is basically one location, but it's made up of two patches because it's divided here. But I could just give this patch a marker and then the other one the same marker. Yeah, so I can actually, without problem, have two locations. I have two patches for the same location. So that's good. I always want to pull the chests. Because they look so similar. Oh, wait, I need the knife. Okay, what do I drop? Well, I don't want to drop anything, actually. Strength, defense, defense 4. Maybe I could drop this. Wait, that was the sap. Don't want to drop the sap. I want to drop the wax. Drop the wax. Keep the sap. And then I would want something vitality. Don't need that. Club is, yeah, that's bad. And oh god. I never went this way, which is pretty cool. Dude. Okay, I feel the -1 defense. Oh god. Yeah, this is a dead end. I don't think there's anything there for me. Let's look. Okay, also a dead end. I can't pull this boulder all the way to the archer. Well, the archer moved, so that's good. Thankfully, the archers are pretty stupid. Okay, code is pretty awesome. Okay, why don't I have the knife equipped? That's bad. Okay, I have 3 arrows. Should probably drink a potion. Yeah, I have 4 of them. Okay, this is this is stone. Oh god. This is stone 7. So we're pretty far. But where does it go? Okay, here. Awesome. Walked right into it. Okay, this gets tricky. What is this? A pike? I can't pick that up. +2. That's awesome. Only 20%. So let's see how long that lasts. Yeah, that's also worse. But I picked up some arrows. Jesus. 27 crit. That's pretty awesome. That's because I have the feather. And yeah, that kobold just walked into the trap. RIP. Okay, there's the path. Sword. Well, the pike is almost broken. Let's keep it a bit longer. I know there's a sword there. Okay, that's lucky. Oh. Large shield. Oh, oh. Oh, 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 oh. Dude, they are hitting hard. Okay, level up. That's good. And it didn't increase vitality. Wait. It did increase strength. Level 1 did defense. Level 2. Level 3. Defense again. No. Okay, I have 2 strength, 1 defense. Yeah, I'll have to look into that. It should have increased vitality, but maybe it's just the display that's wrong. But there's something fishy there. Oh, potion, that's awesome. Let's get the sword. Oh, arrows. And let's hope they don't all respawn. Okay, pike broke. 4 strength, 4 defense. Oh, 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 oh. Okay, I was playing too fast. Playing too fast. All right. Let's pick a location. Hold on to your bitrate. Okay, this location is also, well, is it? Yeah, it's cut in 2. Actually, it's cut in 3. In that we have these 3 buildings here, but you have an entrance here on this patch, an entrance here, and an entrance here. So on brown, blue, and purple. And how the placement of the markers works is I just go to the entities. These are the 3 markers I have. But let's imagine C is the name. So just place it anywhere on the patch, but I'll usually put it near the patch marker, and that would be it. So then in the code I would connect this marker with the location name. Yeah. And because I don't have enough letters in the alphabet for all the locations I will have, the marker will probably just be an L. And if I go over it, I can see the name in the editor right here in the top right, where it says coast. That will be the name. So yeah. Oops, that was the wrong one. Well, I won't save this anyway. So what I'll need to do is I'll need to create the let's say create 20 marker placeholders. So they will be available in the editor, but they'll just say location A, location B. So that I can place the marker. And first of all, I don't have to create a new entity each time I want to create a location. So I'll just create 20 of them as placeholders, and then I can place them in with the editor and then give them a name in the code after I've placed them. So create the placeholders and then create the location member in the patch struct, which is just an integer, and yeah, it's just the index of the marker. But then I can say, okay, at this location where the hero is, give me the patch. And the patches are those colored things. So the blue one is one patch. So I can say at this location, give me the patch. And then I can look at the patch and see, okay, location is either 0, that means there's no location there, or it is a object index for the marker. And the marker is an entity. Well, is it? Oh, it's an object. Marker is an object and has a name associated with it, like all the other objects. And then when I have the data in the struct, then I'll have to assign it, and I'll do that in assign the location object index in the find patches function. So then I can do what I just described, and then for every time the player moves, check if the patch has an unvisited location. So I'll have to remember them somehow. That's maybe the most tricky part. Yeah, I don't think it would be a good idea to just write into the patch struct that it has been visited, or removing removing the marker, because I might want to look at that list in the future to see, okay, which locations did the player visit. But the problem is, if I use the location markers, then their indices, object indices, will be in the thousands. So if I want to save them all in an array, that array will be unnecessarily large. But I could modulo it with the marker type. That would be the easiest, probably. So I'll add an array. So I'll have to save this in the save game, of course. This is weird. My laptop has problems connecting to Twitch again. What is happening? Weird. So the I could save it in an array. But I'll have to save that array in the save game. So it would go into the status. Wait, do I even need to know the locations? I kind of need to, but I only need to know the last one. I only need to know the last one. Because let's say I'm the hero and starting here, I'm walking towards the blue. The blue is marked as a location, so I enter the blue tile patch. It shows me the name, abandoned farm or something. But then I move again, and it would show me the name again. And it would move again, it would show me the name again. But if I remember the last one, it'll only be shown once. But if I exit, the name will disappear, and if I enter, it will be back again. Is that bad? It's not ideal, but it's also not that bad. And I could add a timestamp for when I was there, and then say, okay, well, no, that wouldn't work. But yeah, let's go the easy route first. Plan B first, always. So let's just save the previous location. Maybe that won't work because there's something I'm missing, but let's just try that. Remember the last visited location and only show the label when different. And then next thing is render the label. So yeah, rendering the label will render the label, give it one slot with timer. Yeah, so the label always renders, but when the timer is below 0, it does nothing. Wait, the other way around. If the timer is 0, it does nothing. And then if I want to display a label, I say I set the timer to 5 seconds, and then it goes through the motions, fading in, holding at the alpha, and then fading out. And when the timer is at 0, it does nothing again. So that's the idea. And that would probably be it. Centered, top, 3/3, 3/4. Well, that's the wrong way around. So it would be 1/4 down. 1/4 Y and centered X. Okay. Good. Let's do it. So markers, extra. What's that called, extra? Extra is well, that's completely wrong. The spot. Okay. But I want marker. Actually, let's test what I did there. And works, okay. I don't think I have spots in the world. Well, maybe I do. But not in the game world, so that's okay. Yeah, editor. The markers are also here in the... So extra is the type, but marker is the kind, the subtype basically. So location 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, something like that. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Let's just make it L. Okay. And then I'll have to add them here. Like this. Let's give them lime color. Probably. L1. L. And then location 1. So the problem is... No, there's no problem. Well, I'll have to check anyway. So all the markers are in the world, so they are removed before the game begins. And then if the object is of kind marker, then it gets removed. So that takes care of it. Two, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 10. Yeah, 20. Okay. Yeah, that's what I meant with placeholders, so that I don't have to remember all this every time I want to add a location. So those should just work now, I think. L1 redefined. Okay, that's yeah. That's unfortunate. Those are used for the controller inputs. L1, L2, L3. But I want to keep it under 4 characters because that's what I would have done up until this point. So I want to only have 1 character in front. But maybe I'll subdivide. Oh, that's just stupid. So let's just remove those 3. Add them back here. That could be a source of a bug. Which is bad. What's another name for location? I think it would be worse if I changed location. Because P for place is P is taken. A for area. Maybe. Well. Let's use area. And yeah, let's see this also not work. And it works. Okay. Let's see in the entity list. There are all the locations. I'll rename this to area in a second. But then basically I go in here and I say, okay, this whole blue patch is now area 3. Maybe I'll make it pink because it conflicts with the entity highlighter. But yeah, that's basically it. Okay, so it's not lime, it's pink. What am I doing? Okay, and it's not location, it's area. Good, that is the placeholders. Then next, let's create the patch member. And that's just int location. Well, I'll have to name this area now. Oh, this is so stupid. Area marker. Object ID. That eats up 4 bytes. See if that explodes. Don't think so. Then assign the area. Okay, let's go into the tile file. There's find patches. And what I do here, okay, this is a bit complicated, but basically this goes over all tiles in the world, and if it finds it basically flood fills every tile that it hasn't visited and creates patches from these flood fills. And when it flood fills, it fills this table, flood table with all the tiles in the flooded patch. And so I can iterate over them here. So I can say, okay, if the flooded tile has a patch marker, that's the yellow P, then I assign this patch the position of that P marker. And I can also say, if there's a region marker on that patch in the flooded patches, then the patch gets assigned the region. And I can also say assign area. And now I'll have to look this up. That's just a marker. I should probably change that. Yeah, I should change that. So this is now area. That I can easily distinguish. Eight, 9. Oh, come on. Okay. And here then, if the kind is area, then I'll set the patch area to the object ID of the marker. So the object ID of this marker will be area +1. Area is in the thousands somewhere, but that's fine. So then, because I changed this to another marker, I'll have to fix this so that they are removed before play. Because they are basically read into the data structs and then removed. Let's see if that works. Nope. Area redefined. What? Did I? Yeah, there was a typo. That's marker. Let's see if I destroyed all the markers in the world. No. Still there. And area also there. Patch Highlands. Yeah, let's go into the editor. Info. And there's the patch info region here. So it prints the region and I want the area as well. And maybe in, well, let's just put it in lime there. Well, put it in pink. Okay, so if I place a area marker and save, yeah, then I have the area over there, but it should be yellow. So it's recognized, which is good. Yeah, area 1 over here. And if I remove that and save, it's gone. Okay. Good. So every time the player moves, check if the patch has a unvisited location. So that's in game. The hero's turn. After the hero's turn. Well, turn doesn't mean that a hero has moved. It should probably only happen when the hero moved. So here's the OG very low level move entity function. But I also have I already have a hero switch here. So I could just put it here. Down here. If the entity is the hero, then well, that's not a good location because I have to get the patch and everything. Let's just put it here and see if it works. That's the easiest. So show area. Area label. Shows label for current area. If not visit, if applicable. That's probably good enough. What I can also do is here just static int last area. That would just take care of that. And then if well, yeah, I need to get the area. So let's make a helper. Well, let's not make a helper. That's a stupid idea. Struct patch hero position, and then if patch, yeah, that would have been such a stupid thing to make the helper. If area is the same, then return. Else, let's just test this with a put message. If patch area is 0, return. And then put a message on the screen. This is the function for the on-screen messages. And then look in the objects array at this index of the area object and get the name. Yeah, it's much better. Okay, let's see what happens. Let's take something that's pretty defined, like this one. Area 1. And let's walk up there. And nothing happened. Oh, I didn't save. Rookie mistake. And it printed area 1. And it only printed it once. If I walk out of it, nothing happens. If I walk back in, nothing happens. That's bad. That's bad. But this pretty much works. So if this must not be null, not be 0. But like this, I think. So that if I walk into an area that has a 0, I still set it as the last area. But I just don't print anything. Let's test that again. Okay, marker's still there. Area 1. It disappeared. Still gone. And I walk back in. So that's pretty cool. That's of course the wrong location. And I wonder what happens if I spawn here. Okay, that's weird. But that's another point. Wait, that can only happen if I reload the save file. On save file, reload, print the current area. But that's a special case. Okay. Every time the player moves, check if the path has visited. Remember the last, the location, blah, 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 blah. Okay. Render the label. So that goes into RUI. This function. And only in default render area. And then static void render area. Renders the area label on screen. And then I'll do this really cheap. Let me actually think about this. So it will have, this will be called the whole time. And it needs a delta time. And it's only in normal play, not when you have the inventory open or something like that. So yeah, this needs a global, a static global. That's the easiest way. Static float area timer. Well, T area. So if T area is 0, turn. If T area is greater than 0, that's stupid. So what I want to happen is I need a fade in, hold, fade out. That's so I need a bunch of timers. Hey Bastronic, how's it going? Good evening, morning, afternoon. So let's say it's 5 seconds. Oh god. Those are the 5 seconds. So I want this to be, and it's moving in this direction. 0, 5 seconds. If I enter a new area, I set it to 5. After that point, it decrements until it's at 0. So I want maybe 1 second of fade out. Yeah, hold, fade in. Wait, yeah. Can I ask how you did end up coding in VI? Is there a story behind it? Basically, I switched to OpenBSD. This is not OpenBSD, this is Debian, but I switched to OpenBSD for a couple of years, and that comes with VI. And I just thought, why go through the hassle of using Vim, installing Vim, handling all the plugins, all the stuff, when I could just use VI. And yeah, I've never looked back. It just it does everything I need. Yeah, actually, let's not add the fade in, fade out. Let's just say if it's 0, then return, else print the area. And that was, oh, where do I get the area? The name. I could look it up every frame, but I could put the timer in here. Static timer. And then make this in area ID. Does that work? You area message. Okay, this doesn't even set the thing. AI is patch area. Does that make sense? And then when I render, So this is never 0. But this could maybe work. So if t is 0 and AI is not, the area index is not 0, then set t to 5. If t is t minus dt wait. So I set t is 0. This music is similar to a certain track in World of Warcraft. It actually is. It's the Barons. Okay, this is too complicated. This is too complicated. This is a T area, and this is T. Oh, wait, what is this? I area. Okay, and then I say, if the timer is 0, then return. If the well, T area and I just decrement it and put the thing on screen. And what I put on screen is I area name. And this is okay. Where do I render it? It's window. Oh, I need to get the width. So width is string width. Oh god, where was that? And here. Yeah. String width SI area name 64 window channel width divide by 2. Okay, great. And then window width divide by 2 plus, oh god, minus width. And then let's make this 3, and that's it. I area. Do I set the timer? Nope. Okay, let's see what happens. Well, it shows up for like 5 seconds. 5 milliseconds. The area is... What does it subtract? What is going on? Okay, so... It sets the time to 5. And the area to the area. What's going on? And then this is just... decrementing it. Why does it disappear? Has to be in here, I think. So if there's no patch there, then return. If this area was visited before, then return. But if the area is not 0, then set the area index, global area index, and global area timer. And then set the last area to the current area. Don't see the arrow. Looks like it's set to 0. Wait. I think it also shows longer than just 1 frame. Makes no sense. Was eye area set to something different? What? Okay. So if I'm correct, then this should now just display it constantly. Okay. Doesn't, but... kind of. So this is only called when the hero inputs something. That should be fine. Should be fine. But there's a typo somewhere. Oh, stupid thinking. That's usually what's wrong. Okay, 500 works. But why? What? This is seconds. Oh, I'm decrementing the time in the render loop. Yeah, that's super stupid. Oh, that's super stupid. That's, yeah, pretty bad. Okay, let's put it in U somewhere else. Update. Update entities, visual properties, update game. Here. Okay, let's see if it's 5 seconds. Okay, do I still have 500 set? $50. Okay. Slowly getting there. 3, 4, 5. What is happening? Oh, okay. I removed that check, so that might have had something to do with it. Let's hunt for the 5 seconds first. How hard can it be? Oh, I removed the check. I'm stupid. If T area 0 return. This is killing me. T area. Why is it 0 so fast? Makes no sense at all. Oh god, is it that? Am I rounding it? Or flooring it? Okay, so it was a typo. Let's center it correctly. Somewhere. Yeah, not like this. Well, almost. Almost. But yeah, I think good enough for now. It should have a fade in, fade out. But that's just, yeah. I'll figure that out. And yeah, I'll just steal the code from the other transitions that I have, because it's a bit annoying juggling all the timers. But yeah. Okay guys, that's it from me for today. I'll add more areas, and I'll work on the second region off stream now. And yeah, thank you for all the support. And if you haven't check out the update video that I released yesterday. And yeah, I wish you a happy, fun weekend. All right, bye guys. I'll see you then.